blueberry XP farm. In short, you farm blueberries that you cook into soda for XP. Core setup involves setting up blueberry farm, having furnace with sintered and efficiency lover perks, as well as means to cook it in high quantities. That said, that is the core for it to function properly. Now, just to clarify, this is not a proper guide, but more of an in-depth explanation about advanced topic. This method has been around since release of Way Winter scenario back in December 2024, and despite it, I haven't found anyone making a guide or video about it, except this guy. He showed all important parts as clues, but never explained or set up whole system to have any notable advantages. While Blueberry XP Farm's main purpose is in its name, whole setup can be incorporated in your seasonal build and even upscale through alts to give you a large amount of blueberry sodas that you can sell and max out vendors each week. That said, if you're active, you'll probably start generating excess, which you can give away for free, sell for tiny profit for others to buy and sell, or involve wishbox deviations. Doing so, you'll be able to transition into item farming, and in addition with right perks, will yield you good amount of acid and stardust source. Check wishbox deviation guide if you want to know more about that. Topic in itself has depth to it. Being familiar with game systems and rules will help you understand details that I don't pick up immediately as advanced. I've done Blueberry XP farms since December, and over the course of few months have found sweet spot for myself that balances between setup, harvest, menial tasks, and further use of excess blueberry sodas through wish boxes. Now, when I'm describing excess of blueberry sodas, with current setup I'm getting over 70,000 blueberries a day. Notable fact about this XP method is that it's static. No matter what level you are, unlike combat XP, gains stay the same. It's especially strong method in phase 1 due to lack of high level mobs, quests and sources to farm XP past level 30. Also, it is based off tradable materials, so you can give them to someone else for XP. Currently I'm using 4 alts, 3 for blueberry farms, purely generating blueberries, with 9 to 19 Growshrooms being ideal setup that keeps farming automated. 1 for stove stations, some additional composters, and also storage for my blueberry and glass needs. And lastly, main base. This is where I house 15 wishbox deviants and vending machine business on the side. This setup allows me to generate a good amount of stardust and some EL on the side, which I can also use to generate acid for all my needs depending which acid generating perk I get. In my case, it took roughly 5 hours to set up everything on a fresh new server. Here we have setup in its peak condition. 20 advanced stoves with 2 active slots and gourmet perk that speeds up cooking process by 50%. Each blueberry soda stack takes 4 minutes to cook and yield 1485 XP. Multiplied by 40, we have 59,400 XP per 4 minutes. And since we need only 623,000 XP to reach level 50, it will take roughly 40 minutes to fully level up a fresh character. This is the pinnacle, at least convenient one, of this farming method. Now, I'm not going to lie to you or pretend this method is perfect, because it's not. It branches out and gets complicated the further we go to the roots, and depending on player, requires a lot of preparations, adjustments, and keeping track of progress. Without gourmet perk, it will take 1 hour and 20 minutes to max out. So during phase 1, that would add up whole 2 hours to 40 minutes to max out on intermediate stoves. Now, Let's look into things you'll need and situations you'll encounter while setting up a farm on your own. First things first, including alts is highly advisable. While micromanaging them looks simple, it can change quick once you use them at their fullest. Extra territory, securement units, bulk crafting, specialization perks, event currency farming, bypassing loot reset cycles, and few other benefits, to name a few. Be reasonable and start small. Get used to it and see how much you're mentally able to upscale. So, setting up planters is top priority. The sooner they are up, the faster blueberries will start stacking up. In phase 1 you don't have access to irrigators and grow light controls, so you depend on natural rainwater and light. Depending how many planters you go for, you might need huge amount of spoiled food and boiled water. Spoiled food can be acquired in good quantities at beaches. Seaweed and clams will spoil in 4 hours. Gathering and boiling water won't take as long, but might, depending how big of a farm you'll make. In my case, I use inheritance system to get all the materials to save myself time and hassle. Essential part of blueberry XP farm are Growshrooms and blueberry seeds, both of which you can prepare in advance for the next season. You will need Growshrooms to make auto farms effective and save you a lot of menial work and micromanagement. Also, in case you want to know how to farm Growshrooms, there are only 2 ways, really. Best way would be pure mushroom farm. Every time they are being picked up, there is a chance of them spawning. So, doesn't even have to be you that picks them up. You can have Growshrooms farming Growshrooms. Otherwise, if you're trying to get them manually but picking them up, well, in Manibus you have the mushroom cave. And also this spot. In way winter scenario map, there's only one place you can find mushrooms at. Now, speaking of seeds, unfortunately the best way to get them is to farm prior and then exchange them through inheritance system. Quite pricey, but that will immediately set you up and launch your farm. Now let's say you don't have that many seeds to begin with, or you don't want to spend that many points through inheritance. Well, it just so happens that there are several heavily blueberry infested fields. These 2 are main ones I use depending on scenario. To farm them efficiently, mainly for seeds, you'll need gardening gloves. Gathering seeds is the main purpose, so preparations end there. But if you want the best results while trying out this farming method for the first time, you might want to invest in raw blueberry gathering as well. You'll need speed-oriented build with gathering speed set and extra berry bonuses. And last few things to talk about, base design. This is something you can build in your off-season. Copy blueprint, and once you have all materials, just plop it down, saving you so much time. So last thing to touch on would be glass production and furnaces. Having sintered and efficiency lower perk on furnaces will make smelting gravel instant. This is huge, as it virtually turns every gravel node into 80 XP units. While Way Winter region has dense gravel node locations all around, Manibus region does not. This currently is the best spot for gravel in Manibus region that I know of. And this should cover general idea about Blueberry XP farm setup and what to look out for. Video was on the longer end, but in case you stuck around, well, there's a little secret. If you check out my Eternal Land, you will get a glimpse of something that will be included in one of the upcoming videos. Okay, thanks, bye.